I really do feel bad about the person. Part of the reason that I did come and say something outside of just protecting my own safety, but I wanted to sound the alarm, essentially, bring the dog whistle, if you will, to that person that maybe they should do something about this before it came out. If I was them, I would do something about this, and the only way to do anything is to do the catch. So that's the only way to ensure that it doesn't come out. You know, we're taught that God helps those who help themselves. So if we have a situation where that person does have the opportunity to purchase the video, if I were them, I would absolutely purchase the video.
Probably not public information yet, but who's the person that's number one on that invitation list?
Leonardo DiCaprio.
And I can get on that list,
yes,
right?
Without a doubt, you are invited.
That is so generous of you. Cheers to that.
This guy right here is your biggest fan from the bad boy era. You and Mace are his heroes. Okay? It's like every party we do, anything we do, it's like, what up, Buffy and Mace? What up, Buffy and Mace? So you're gonna have to do one of those joints.
Yeah. Okay, so what song you want to hear, Aaron?
No manual problem? Anything with Mace. Anything with Mace.
Give me your top two, Mace, More Money, More Problem. We don't go money.
The internet has gone wild after new footage from one of Diddy's white parties resurfaced, featuring none other than Jennifer Lopez, Leonardo DiCaprio, and Kim Kardashian. But with Diddy now facing serious charges, including human trafficking, the reappearance of these party clips has sent the internet into a frenzy, sparking fresh speculation about what really went down at these gatherings. So what exactly happened at these star-studded events? Well, for many years, sources have talked about Diddy's parties, but the footage that has now come to light adds a new layer of controversy. With names like Jennifer Lopez and DiCaprio spotted in the pictures, people are questioning just how involved the celebrities were, and if they had any idea of what allegedly happened behind closed doors, while some folks argue they were just normal attendees. Others are pointing out that these resurfaced clips come at a time when Diddy's legal issues are making headlines, bringing a darker past of these once celebrated parties.
Also something that he is accused of, and immediately you're like, damn it, the rich people got liquid.
Oh, I've been down here sniffing like a peasant, and you're drinking liquid.
Exactly. Now, with that though, that explains the erratic behavior of like, how can somebody become such a deviant? And if you say, okay, well, he's doing every single day, you're like, well, that explains the how, right? Because then you lose your fucking mind.
Yeah.
You're a crackhead. You're a crackhead with you got, and you're coked out, and you're like, yeah, I want to watch people for 6 hours. That's something only somebody super high on coke want to do. No one that is sober wants to watch someone have 6 hours. Give me a break, 15 minutes, and I'm done, son.
But
now
also,
put the game back on.
The names that are dropping too, like Rick Ross and DJ Khaled and Meek Mill, and from the beginning, there's only one person I've always wanted to hear from.
Who?
J.Lo.
The resurfacing of these pictures couldn't have come at a worse time for Diddy, as he battles accusations of running what's been described as these events where big-name guests allegedly took part in outrageous and illegal activities. This footage is intensifying. Public SCR celebrities like Leonardo DiCaprio, Kim Kardashian, Jay-Z, and Ashton Kutcher have already distanced themselves from Diddy, with sources close to the actor stating they haven't been in touch with him for years. But these pictures show a slice of Hollywood history that's both glamorous and unsettling, set against the backdrop of Diddy's East Hampton mansion. The footage takes us back to the late 90s and early 2000s, a time when his white parties were the ultimate destination for A-list celebrities. But what really grabbed people's attention were the intimate behind-the-scenes moments that hinted at the excesses of the time. DiCaprio, in his typical laid-back style, is seen with a drink in hand mingling with the crowd. Then there's J.Lo, dressed to the nines as always by Diddy's side, further sparking the old talks about them. As for Kim, she appears much younger. Social media has latched onto these specific images, with fans posting screenshots and zoomed-in clips of the stars. In these unguarded moments, the footage, time-stamped from the late 90s to the early 2000s, captures the height of Diddy's white parties, a period when he was at the top of his game.
An hour left. So get extra comfortable. If this thing turns into something that when y'all get older, y'all don't want to come to.
Did he assist you in any way?
When you say I don't know the exact definition, but He put his arm around me in an uncomfortable way.
In the late 90s and early 2000s, Diddy's white parties were nothing short of legendary. These exclusive events became a symbol of success and luxury, with only the most famous and influential figures in Hollywood music and fashion earning an invitation, and were required to dress in all white, adding an air of sophistication and exclusivity to the gatherings. These parties weren't just social events. They were spectacles that showcased Diddy's power and influence. At the time, he wasn't just a hip-hop mogul. He was a cultural trendsetter, throwing parties that everyone wanted to be a part of. But as the images have resurfaced, a darker story has begun to unfold over the years. Sources have talked out about what really happened behind the scenes at these glamorous parties. While the front-facing view was all about celebration and networking, insiders have since revealed that these parties were not innocent. There have been reports of rampant substance use, wild performances, and even secret. According to multiple insiders, these incidents were after-hours EV events, where the parties took a disturbing turn. Attendees would engage in highly illegal activities, fueled by the free-flowing alcohol and substances available at the parties. Allegations of misconduct, including non-consensual encounters, have resurfaced alongside the pictures, suggesting that what went on behind closed doors was far darker than anyone realized at that time. New details and witness accounts have emerged, painting a more bad picture of these gatherings. Some people claim that Diddy's white parties were not just about celebrity excess, but were used as a cover for his wrongdoings. While Diddy's team has continuously denied these claims, the resurfacing of these images has reignited interest in what truly went down at these events and raised questions about the role of the attendees.
Versus me. I love God and God loves me. I love you, Jennifer. I really, really love you.
Jennifer Lopez's presence at these parties has been a hot topic, especially given her complicated history with Diddy back in the early 2000s. They were one of Hollywood's hottest couples. Their relationship was highly publicized, and Lopez was often seen at his side during his infamous events. Now, with Diddy's current legal troubles coming to light, some fans are questioning her involvement in these parties and whether she might have been more aware of the atmosphere. Was Jennifer simply there to support her ex-boyfriend, unaware of the darker side of these gatherings, or did she turn a blind eye to what was happening? Well, she has managed to distance herself from Diddy's scandals over
the years that this resurfaced image could potentially spark fresh conversations. Some folks are now re-evaluating her role, wondering if she knew more than she's ever publicly admitted. If these accusations gain traction, it could cast a shadow over her image as a multi-talented singer and actress. Lopez has made a successful career out of being a hard-working performer, and her past with Diddy has rarely been a point of controversy in recent years. However, with the resurfacing of these images, people are beginning to wonder if this association could harm her brand. Although she hasn't been directly linked to any of the serious allegations against Diddy, her presence at these notorious parties raises questions now, as for Leonardo DiCaprio, his appearance in the resurfaced footage has also caught the attention of fans. DiCaprio is seen casually enjoying himself in the company of other celebrities, while his team has been quick to point out that he hasn't been in contact with Diddy for years. The images showing him in the middle of these parties has sparked new questions about his role at these events. DiCaprio has always maintained a certain mystique, often staying out of the bad side of Hollywood, but his presence at these parties has left people wondering if there's more to the story. Some are speculating that while he might not have been directly involved in any wrongdoing, his regular attendance at these parties might reveal that he was more familiar with the wilder aspects than he's willing to admit. Meanwhile, other celebrity attendees in the footage, such as Kim Kardashian and Paris Hilton, are also facing massive scrutiny. Both were regulars at Diddy's events and were heavily involved in the Hollywood party scene. Kim in particular has built an empire off her early exposure to these social circles. But with these images resurfacing, some folks are questioning whether her rise to fame might have some connections to the more controversial side of Diddy's parties. Well, the same goes for Paris Hilton, who has had her own share of party-related controversies in the past, with new information coming to light about what went on behind the scenes at these events. Fans are starting to speculate about how much these stars knew about the darker aspects of these parties.
2008, and the present. Combs threaten, and coerce victims to fulfill his desires, protect his reputation, and conceal his conduct. As alleged in the indictment, to carry out this conduct, Sean Combs led and participated in a conspiracy that used the business empire he controlled to carry out criminal activity, including trafficking, forced labor, arson, bribery, and the obstruction of justice.
While the resurfaced footage is creating a media storm, the bigger story is the ongoing federal investigation into Diddy's alleged involvement in human and other illegal activities. Recent reports suggest that his so-called are being scrutinized. As part of these allegations, witnesses and insiders have claimed that these after-hours events often crossed into dangerous territory, with reports of non-consensual encounters. The FBI has been investigating Diddy for some time, and with this new footage making the rounds, there's a chance it could be used as evidence or spark new angles for investigators to pursue. While the footage alone doesn't prove any illegal activity, the renewed attention on these parties might lead to more people coming forward with details about what really happened at Diddy's. There's also the possibility that celebrities featured in these footage, like Leonardo DiCaprio and others, might be dragged into the legal proceedings, even if they weren't directly involved in the darker side of the parties in high-profile cases. Like this, investigators often look to those who were present to provide testimony or information about what they saw or knew. This could mean that some of these stars might face uncomfortable questions in the future. While Diddy is currently the focus of the investigation, if it's revealed that other stars were aware of or participated in any illegal activities, their reputations could take a serious hit.
Take your clothes off. And I said no. And I left. And they told me they were going to burn all my music. And they didn't stop. They didn't stop asking me, and then I just froze and I don't even remember. And I will not say his name. I understand this Me Too movement. I understand that some people feel really comfortable with this, and I do not. I do not ever want to face that person.
The resurfaced footage from Diddy's notorious white party has sent shock waves through the internet, and fans are weighing in on what this footage really means for the celebrities involved. A person commented saying, "These photos show how pretty and good-looking the faces of evil can be." Another one wrote, "DiCaprio is no saint. He's got his own skeletons hidden. It's obvious. It's in his mannerisms. It's in his eyes. The eyes are the gateway to the soul, and his are dark. And I'm not talking about the color of his irises. If you know, you know." A third person added, "It depends on what these celebrities did to others at these, if they or any other act or videoed without consent, and especially selling the videos without consent, then they committed crimes." With the resurfaced footage of these wild parties, one thing is becoming clear: this is just the beginning of the fallout. As the FBI continues its investigation into Diddy, the legal implications of these parties are starting to cast a shadow over everyone. The days of simply being a celebrity guest at one of Diddy's parties might not be as innocent as they once seemed, and this situation isn't even close to being over. But for now, what do you guys think? Are Jennifer Lopez and DiCaprio innocent party guest? Or do you think there's more to the story? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you want to stay in the loop on every celebrity tea, then hit that subscribe button and turn on the notifications bell. For watching my video.